This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It's so great to be with you here in these online lessons. In this video, I'm going to go over minor, major 13th chords. Wowzer. And of course, after I've explained these chords, then we will take a look at a couple voicings that work well here on the guitar. And then we'll jam together on a chord progression with bass and drums accompaniment, which is super helpful so we can practice mastering these voicings. This video goes with lesson 25 from my Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2 method book. In the book, we're going to start on page 174. We're going to be on pages 174 and 175 as we get started, and I explain these chords and we learn these voicings. The information that I give here in the video sort of supplements, or the demonstration that I give supplements the information there on those pages. Then we are going to go over to pages 146 and 147. We're going to play chord progression number 3. Okay, so minor, major 13th chords. Well, first of all, these are minor, major 7th chords. We've learned about these before. They have the root, the flatted third, the fifth, and the 7th. The major 7th. Kind of a James Bondish sound. Now, recently we've learned that you can add the 9th to that chord, you can add the 11th to that chord, and now we're learning that we can add the 13th. We know that the 9th and the 11th and the 13th are steps 2, 4, and 6 from the scale that are 1 octave higher. So the 13th is a major 6th above the root, only we're adding 1 more octave to it. So you can add that color. When we add the 13th, and when the chord symbol calls for the 13th, it implies that the 9th and the 11th can be there, but they don't have to be. So it becomes our option. And on the guitar, we're really limited. We have 6 strings, and we have really 4 fingers with our thumb. But we have limited number of voices that we can add to a voicing, or a limited number of pitches. So the 9th and the 11th are not always included. On the guitar, it's not uncommon with 13th chords to add the 9th as well. We rarely ever have the space or can add the 11th. And then with that, the 5th is usually omitted as well. So our voicing usually doesn't have the 5th when we start adding our upper extensions of the 11th and the 13th. There just aren't enough strings, and those pitches are usually on the same string. Okay, so with this one, the chord symbol is going to have a root, then something telling us it's a minor chord like a lowercase m or a minus sign, and then something telling us that it has a major 7th added. So a capital letter M or a triangle, for instance, and then we're just going to have a 13 in place of the 7th. That 13 tells us that we could have the 11th or the 9th, but we most definitely need to have the 7th in the chord. So at bare minimum, a minor, major 13th chord is going to have the root, the flatted third, the major 7th, and then the 13th. But we could also have the 5th, the 9th, and the 11th as well. Okay, so that's a little bit of an explanation there. Of course, you will see some chord symbol examples on page 174. Let's take a look at these voicings. We've got one voicing for the 6th string, meaning it has a root on the 6th string, and then we have one voicing with a root on that 5th string. Whatever pitch we put this root of the voicing on, that's going to be the version we're playing. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate this on C. So we have a C at the 8th fret of the 6th string. That's where my index finger goes. Then we have a middle on the 3rd string in the same fret. Ring finger goes 1 fret higher on the 4th string, and pinky goes on the top 2 strings 2 frets higher than the root. Now we can leave off the top string, that's the 9th, so you can leave that one off if you want to, but we have to have that 13th in there. So with the 13th, or I can bar cross and get the 9th in there too. It's kind of a real high tension chord, one that's not going to show up too often. So there is the minor, major 13 with the 6th string form. Let's look at the 5th string form. We're going to put our middle finger, I'm going to do it on F, so that the 8th fret of the 5th string. 2 frets lower on the next string, we got to reach with our index finger. And then we go with our ring finger 1 fret higher than the root on the 3rd string. We're going to mute the 2nd string, but our pinky is going to reach 2 frets higher than the root on the top string, and we get a minor 13 chord. In this case, we just have the 13th added, root with the flatted third, natural 7th, and that 13th. Just like that. Now, it'd be great. These ones can be challenging to play. You can go back and forth between them, getting comfortable with playing them. Here in the video, though, we're going to go ahead and jam together on this chord progression. So the chord progression is found on page 140. 6 and 147, it's chord progression number 3. I'm just going to go ahead and use the do-that strumming pattern. We've done this one before. So we want to keep the strumming pattern simple as we work on learning a new chord. And that one's simple and it gives us some time to change from one chord to the next. We're going to do this 3 times at a slower tempo, then a little bit faster and a little bit faster. So some different practice options for you. It may help you to work through the chord progression one chord at a time, get used to those chord changes before you actually try playing along with me. But here in the video, we're going to go ahead and play this. Okay, awesome. In the next video, we're going to take a look at minor 11th chords. So those are the minor chords with a minor 7th. We start adding the 11th on. It's going to be fun. Take care, and I'll see you again. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And be sure to check out more great content. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.